Wrong button. Hello, good morning, and welcome in. Apologies for not being able to stream on Friday. Unfortunately, I wasn't feeling great, and I just quickly tried to get type a message for you guys because it was kind of last minute. I kind of knew the night before that I might not be able to make it, but I wanted to see if I could sleep it off and then potentially stream. It did not happen, unfortunately. Mm. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. If you are in the part of if you are in North America or dealing with any kind of, what is this called? Ice storm, cold wave, insane temperatures, I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you're stocked up. I hope you are staying warm and safe and able to just. Sorry, I'm like, it's really early, but I was a little concerned. I was sending out a bunch of text messages. Now, the storm is not that bad, fortunately, for where I am and also where people I know are. But if any of you are in those areas, please stay safe. It's a little crazy. It's a little unexpected, isn't it? Just a random cold snap. But yes, I heard that there was crazy shopping as expected. Of course, you should prepare. Make sure you have flashlights, lamps. Make sure you have your backup generator is, if you have one, is prepared, prepped, ready to go, and you know how to use it. Please don't learn how to use a backup generator when the storm happens. Please don't put that off. I hope that you have maybe heat packs, you have tons of blankets, winter coats, non perishable foods, whatever you need to get prepared. Of course, fresh water, as plastic isn't ideal, but in an emergency, that is your best bet. Negative 24. Wow. Yeah, I remember when I was younger, and sorry, this is going to age me. Uh, going to school in blizzards, and then my professor is like, oh yeah, good to see you all here. And we had quizzes. We had a bunch of quizzes, and our teacher specifically told us if we didn't show up, they would know we were skipping and they would not allow us to redo the quiz. And then just thinking about that. And even now, there are some places where even though they have the cold snap and the ice storms, they're not canceling, and I'm very surprised. But hopefully you guys are just focusing on staying safe. It's better to be late than to rush in this weather. Just even thinking about it, crazy. I can't imagine some cars are being able to start. I imagine some cars are absolutely loathing their owners for making them work in this kind of condition. Yeah, that's the thing. On one hand, it's like, yeah, it's winter. On the other hand, it's like, this has not been my winter so far. At the like, oh, ultimately, yeah, I'm sorry. I had like a whole thought, but I think part of me is just concerned, and the other part of me is just like, how do I convey this? Because let me tell you, I was just reading not great fiction before this. And as someone who loves reading, as someone who like, I will give my favorite stories 5 stars. And this seems like a tangent. It kind of is, but at the same time, it's just stuff was, you're not allowed to be late, and stuff is never canceled here. Yeah, that was honestly my experience as well. And I've lived in places where they got like an inch, not even an inch of snow, and they immediately canceled schools because it was too dangerous to be on the road. And I get that. I get that. And I'm kind of like, an inch? And let me say, I really respect the fact that they are willing to cancel school. I know it's probably for other purposes, and because they're people, if they freak out at an inch of snow, they are not used to snow. But as someone, like I said, went to school in blizzards, literally had to walk to my classes in blizzards. And then my professors would be like, if you guys know there's gonna be a blizzard, you should be leaving earlier. And then we're telling him we are in other classes and we have to walk on campus in a blizzard. He's like, you still should be leaving earlier. You know you have a quiz in my class. And I'm kind of like, okay, there. But yeah, it's just, one of those things. Do what you can, focus on yourself. I know they say you can't be late, but what are they gonna do? Tell you? No, it's okay. Don't sass them. Don't tell them. I think unless someone drives a family drives a snowblower, if your family, if anyone in your family has it. Oh, I remember once this kid joked that he was going to use a flamethrower to get to school, and we all thought he was joking until we found out he lives on a farm. His family may or may not use a flamethrower. I cannot confirm or deny to clear their driveways. Just do what you can. Stay safe, be prepared, and take care of yourselves. Stay warm. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, shoot, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, then they gave you, they were like, you really can't be late. I'm so sorry to hear that. I always, nah, let me just say, there was a time where there was a natural disaster that occurred during final exams. And technically, they let us not take the exams, but they also told us that if we wanted to take the exams, we could go in and take the exams. And like, it wasn't a bad natural disaster, but considering it was a natural disaster, I'm honestly, I still look back at that and I'm like, on one hand, they said we didn't have to. On the other hand, you still held them, you know? Thank you, thank you. It was, yeah, look, sometimes you look back and I'm like, those were good days. Even then, it was better than now. But that's just me because I'm old. I really don't want to be a boomer. Like there is nothing wrong with boomers until it comes to, well, everyone has less positive traits. I really don't want to start adopting those. I'm really doing my best. Let me tell you about the not great stories I read. I'm very tired of stories where the female lead is in a poor situation, absolutely horrid situation. Hold on. So horrid it makes me want to cough my lungs out. But she's basically in a forced marriage. The person doesn't respect her, blah 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 blah. And I say blah 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 because and I'm not undermining what she went through. She dies in childbirth, tells the man she resents it, and for some reason, as soon as she reads about how much he regrets and loves their child that she left behind, she's like, he wasn't that bad. I'm like, excuse me, you just showed me horrifying expressions of you going through torture and torment so bad that you wish that you hadn't been born. And now, because you read that he had remorse, that he cared about the child you left behind. And I know that that's more than most male leads do. I get that. That's a very low bar. But that's still, I don't see why now she's blushing and, excuse me? Excuse me? Looking back and being like, well, he wasn't that bad. No, no, no. He only locked you up, put bars on your window, never let you see the light of day, made you, killed your family, your country. What else did he do? Forced himself upon you in horrifying ways. In horrifying ways. It wasn't like this is your obligation. It was like horrifying. I call it violence. The way that they depicted it, it was not good. And then I dropped it because they tried to depict him as someone who he's like, I've learned. By the way, they both got reincarnated as new characters, and it was my fault. The title was sus. I was like, this title was sus, but I want something light to read, and it wasn't light. It was okay. And I will say that they veer back and forth between positive and negative so quickly, like show a horrible flashback and then all of a sudden she's like blushing and there's flowers and I'm like, this is not the time for shoujo-esque flowers. This is just not. It's not even a sekai. It's not. It's just reincarnation. But it's like now he remembers their past, she remembers their past, they have a second chance, and he wants to be different. He wants to respect her properly, but he is still literally like cornering her, trapping her, and giving her no choice but to be with him. And like the thing is, everyone tries to frame several actions of as, how do I say this? In this main character's previous life, her family didn't care about her. They didn't care about her in the sense that they used her for political gain because she was a princess. She was married off to, a conqueror. And now they're like, I would never send you to another country by yourself. I would never be able to protect you. I'd rather you marry someone who proposed to you, is of higher standing, and seems to really like you. And I'm like, huh. Still no choice, huh? Because the whole time, I wouldn't mind, because there are different stories for different characters. This female character, the author keeps writing that she says, I'm going to choose my own destiny. But she still isn't choosing her own destiny. She is still being forced into circumstance. And for some reason, even though she's like, I'm going to choose my own destiny, she's like, hmm, hmm, maybe, maybe I was wrong. And I'm like, where were you wrong? Where were you wrong? Please tell me, because as someone who grew up in a situation where she could not do anything, she obtained power for herself, obtained a position, did her best, which by the way is just implied. You get like one or two scenes of her being really powerful and really really good with swordsmanship. And this is all implied because all the other scenes are of her and this romance, quote unquote. And then they're like, my parents actually really care about me. And then she gets a scene where the princess she's currently serving is like, it is my responsibility as a royal to, I should be the only one to bear this burden. She's like, did I do that for my country? And I'm like, no, because you just said you were a political pawn raised to know nothing and then sent off to the nearest conqueror. Why would, like, and I get that she admires this character for their strength, and it's also her descendant, by the way, one of them. But, but, there's no connection there. Yes, it's good to reflect upon yourself, but you were literally put in a circumstance where you were, and I quote, a canary in a cage. I don't think you had the mind, the bandwidth, or even the understanding or affection for your home country to be able to do what your descendant does, which is very admirable of her. But this author keeps putting characters around her that make her question her resentment from her previous life, even though it was justified, and it makes no sense because they were in inherently different circumstances, and simply because the emperor, the man she married, reformed himself, became a good emperor, didn't, I don't know, quote unquote, remarry, loved a daughter, the bare minimum. All of a sudden, he's the one in the morally right? It's bizarre. It's so bizarre because it would have been better if they had. How do they fix this? I'm trying to think. A way they could have fixed it is if she truly was able to make her choice. If everyone around her allowed her to make her choices and she was able to legitimately, I can only say, live the life she wanted, and then she asked herself, this isn't what I thought it was. This isn't as satisfying. Would it be good? No, because personally, I can see what direction they're trying to push in with this. But it's better than what they're doing now by making everyone around her feel like I said, her own feelings of resentment and oppression and the absolute terrible circumstances she went were not as bad as she thought. They were bad. Just because someone puts you in pretty dresses, plants you flowers in a garden you cannot go out and see because you are locked in your room with bars on your window. And you are forced to do whatever this one person wants because not only has he locked you away, but you are, sent as a political hostage, marriage, forced to carry a baby you didn't want, died during childbirth. I'm just saying, there's so much there that they are trying to write off as it's not as bad as I thought. And I'm like, nope, Nope, it was. It was. It really was. And it's very odd. I dropped it. I'm going to add another story to my DNF list. I rarely DNF something. And I say that lightly because you know that story I told you guys about? The one it's called a midnight pastry shop called Hwawadang. It's the slice of life Asian horror story that talks about the afterlife. I almost dropped it. I almost dropped it. Because for once, let me just say, this is not Asian horror. If anyone's curious, I might make a video ranting about this because I have too many thoughts about this. I have too many. Like, I can't even, if I wanted to talk about it now, it'd take up the whole stream. But basically, what annoyed me, well, no, let me just say this. It's not Asian horror because even though they do talk about, death, they talk about spirits, but it is nothing done in a way that is horror-esque. It is simply referring to people who have passed and who are moving on to their next life. So if you are worried about horror elements, don't worry, this doesn't have that. They don't even have graphic descriptions. Honestly, maybe, because I have too many thoughts about this. I read this in I think 2 hours. It's 300 pages, but the font is big and it's pretty easy to read. I'll tell you my main gripe of the story though. The main character is not as good as she thinks she is. The main character constantly portrays herself to be a victim, and I understand she had complicated childhood circumstances and she is dealing with traumas that she never is able to fully address, which is understandable in the context of the author's heritage, which is Korean. This is a Korean novel that is officially translated and licensed in English. And the main character is someone who is taking over her grandma's pastry shop. It only opens at night, and she's never been able to get close to her grandma. I don't want to do my rant video here, but basically, despite her constantly, I would honestly, let me just say this. There's nothing wrong with having a flawed main character. You can still cheer on a flawed main character or a character you don't like, as long as number one, they are consistent in their characterization. Number two, they drive the plot forward. And three, if you feel that they have agency in their actions. That's my kind of standard. If I don't like a character, I can still read it if they do these things. Like I can recognize a good character. This character is someone who contradicts herself. Is that realistic? Yes. But she's someone who says things like, I I'm trying to not rant, but she'll say things like, I had questions that I never asked. And then she continues not asking questions. She acknowledges that. She is constantly saying and doing things as if she's the ultimate victim. And yes, she went through a lot of difficult times, but every time she hears someone else's story, and by the way, she's very empathetic and very caring about other people, and I think that's an effort to make her character seem kind. It kind of doesn't because, how do I say this? How do I say this? This is again gonna lead me into Asian heritage culture. Being kind to strangers, but being terrible to the people who are immediately close to you. I get that relationships are complicated. You don't always know someone's family circumstance, and this is not a generalization. But the way that you treat people who are closest to you, and then only show that empathy, kindness, patience, and understanding to people who are strangers to you is a little too on the nose. A little too like you are not the good person you are trying to make yourself out to be. You can do kind things, you can be empathetic, but that does not make you inherently a good person, nor does that make you the ultimate victim you kind of think you are. I say that because under no circumstances is it okay for you to slap someone across the face just to confirm if they're a ghost or not. I have seen many stories where people aren't sure if something is a ghost. I don't think slapping them has ever been a valid means to confirm if someone's a ghost. And I say that because there is one character in particular she treats as a punching bag. The author tries to justify it, kind of, but it makes no sense to me because even before she knows his connection to her, he is a stranger to her, but she, for some reason, feels like she can slap him, that she's entitled to ask him things and know things, even though she doesn't ask him anything. And that's what baffles me because the author knows, right? The author knows the characters, so they are writing them in a certain way. But as a reader, it was crazy to read that first chapter and see her be so unreasonable and rude. And then even by the end, she was like, I know I'm being crazy. I know I'm being unreasonable. Yet she doesn't seem to learn anything. She doesn't seem to grow. And so because of that, yeah, it makes it seem like the kindness is a mask. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that you can't do kind things, but when you write a character who is so infinitely patient, kind, and understanding to other people, but then with the people directly around her, she doesn't do that. And like, I get that she has complicated feelings for them, but like I said, this one character who she treats as a punching bag, she doesn't know him yet, and she already, for some reason, felt that she could treat them that way. She doesn't treat her friend that way. She has one friend in the story. She treats her friend very well, and I don't understand why, even though it's complicated, she feels like she can treat this random stranger who she doesn't know the connection yet, but is supposed to help her run this pastry shop in a very unreasonable way. Like, you can not like someone. You can just want a professional relationship with someone. You can just be inherently treat people differently based on the circumstances you met them. It can be complicated. I get that. But the author keeps trying to write it as if she's justified. It's odd. It's odd to me. I might have to go back and reread it, but I really almost DNF this because I really enjoy the little stories of the spirits and the spirit stories, and I found that their stories were more interesting to read than the main character. And I was not satisfied with her ending at all. I felt like it was a very loose, it was I want to say light. Like, she got off lightly. I don't know. I keep trying to think. Is it a possession story? It's not a possession story. The story is about a young girl who inherits a pastry shop from her grandmother who passed away. She's only allowed to open at midnight, and she finds out that her grandmother's shop was intended to help spirits pass on and like enter the reincarnation cycle. I might have to do a full video on this because now people can read this and have different thoughts, and I keep getting hooked on the fact that yes, she has trauma, and yes, she went through difficult things, and that likely shaped how she grew up as a person and how she approaches certain things. But like I said, it's odd to me because of how she treats other people, but not her closest family. And I actually think that even the supposedly antagonist of the story, they did a better job with her and her motivations and her resolution than they did with this main character. The main character feels like someone who I'm going to keep ranting because I was so excited to read this book, and I do think that because it is a shorter book and the author clearly wanted the story for the main character. That's what I'll say. I feel like they had something really good going on, but they really wanted this main character to be the main character, so they had to fit it around her, if that makes sense. I don't know. Because I feel like in the world that was written, she is just very unreasonable. And I say unreasonable because of, I don't know. Being twisted. Yeah. Maybe they like this character, you're right. But this isn't an isekai or anything. This is just a regular novel, by the way. It's not an isekai. It's a novel. It just came out. I pre-ordered this because I read the premise and I was so excited because, like I said, there was a manhwa with a similar trope, and I really like these kind of stories and how they explore like the stories of spirits, like I don't know, how did she go through all that and then she's still at the end? I don't know. I'm gonna have to record a video on this. I am so annoyed. And here's the thing. Maybe it's just me. I didn't like it. Maybe you'll like it. I don't know. But I need somewhere to vent my thoughts because I read that yesterday and I kept like talking to myself. And it's not change. Here's the thing. I get that. I definitely get that. It is not always realistic to instantly change, but what isn't also isn't realistic to me is like hmm how do I say this? The author tries to show that she has grown. That's the thing. If she goes, how do I say this? If she goes something along the lines of, I feel like even though how do I say this? Even though I'm trying to put it into words, but basically, if she decides that she needs time in order to fully digest the information and adjust, that's perfectly fine and normal. But the author writes it as a way as if she has learned and changed. And I don't see that in her actions. That's what I'll say. I think that when you put out something like, oh, I should ask more questions, and then you don't ask questions, then what is the point? That is she saying, like, oh, even though you try to strive and make changes, it's not so easy as a person to change. And I get that, but then it just seems like, but then I keep trying to justify it. I keep trying to see the other perspective and justify it, but I think it's just it was not a it as a reader, it did not read well. But yeah, I'm not trying to criticize the worldview or anything like that. I'm trying to understand it from the perspective because, like I said, this is a story that was originally written in Korean. I think the translator actually did a really good job. It was really easy to read. I like knocked it out in a couple hours. I think it only took me like an hour 45 minutes to read this. It was a really easy read, and the author does have a good writing style. I did enjoy their writing style because, like I said, they wrote the individual spirits who came to the store. Their stories are written so well. I actually almost cried at one of them. I felt so bad, but it was done really well. So that's why I think I'm like unsatisfied with the way they approached the main character because the side characters were so interesting and they also had such good stories despite their short appearances. And I say short, but I think there's a chapter dedicated to each one. This book is very short. It's only 6 chapters. And it's like I think how many is it? 200 pages? 250-ish? 230-ish. I thought it was only 100 pages. 230. I thought it was a little bit longer. Anyways, I'm going to get right into the game. I needed to rant. I still need to rant. Of the other book I hated a few months back. Which book was that? Was there another book I despise? Yeah, the thing is if I do make a video essay on this, I'm gonna have to break my rule because normally I don't like to talk about I want to focus on books that I like, but I also feel like it's valid for me to share my opinion on a book I don't like, so and here's the thing, like I do not inherently dislike it because if an artist has a strength and background and they won't draw stick figures because they have not yet refined their skills in figurines or like people or characters, that's totally fine. Like I said, I am simply reviewing my experience as someone who paid and bought for the book, and I'm not attacking the author. I feel like it's okay for me to share my thoughts on the book and it shouldn't be considered an attack. I think you mentioned exactly one time. I don't remember. There might be there are plenty of stories I don't like, and very rarely do they get me worked up enough to want to talk about them, but I did specifically want to mention this book because I did tell you guys I was potentially considering it for book club. I will not be having this for book club. Book club will be delayed, but this will not be the book for it. I have another book that is an option. I might have that for book club. I'm gonna have to read it now. Yeah. But that's why I brought this up, because I have previously mentioned a book and I wanted to follow up on it. If I don't remember the title, if I remember the title, I might look into it, but unless I mentioned the premise, I may or may not, because there are simply too many books I did not finish. And most of them I don't finish because of characters, just like the characterization of the characters and their motivations. There's a story called Abandoned Empress. I think it is infamous for this, but it's basically along the same veins, where the author had the character reincarnate and then they went back to the person who treated them horribly, and I don't remember how they justified it. It was so bad. It is infamous in the manhwa community for being a story that many people, including myself, could not bear to read, because they basically took all the character growth and development and relationships and trauma and smashed it in the ground and said, oh, but he was brainwashed or something like that. I can't remember. I will look at my DNF list. I'm gonna have to add to it. You might have read that. I think I read that. It was beautiful. The art is stunning. The covers are stunning. I don't like how they approached it, so I didn't continue reading it. Yeah. And like I said, if you like it, that is totally fine. You won. You had a story you enjoyed. That's great for you. I did not like it. I just didn't. I didn't like Remarried Empress. What else did I not like? Can't remember. There's quite a few stories that I thought were okay, and then I look and people were arguing about whether it's morally okay for a male lead to put people on death row and sacrifice them to a demon. And I know that sounds weird, but let me just say, as someone who has read a lot of manhwas, I'm like, is this really where you draw the line? Interesting. And I only say that because the debate got so heated. I remember being in the forums and there were like 15 pages of people arguing whether the male lead was a psycho or not. I'm like, no, even the author says he's a psycho. He is a psycho. The author specifically stated that, and yet people were like, is he really a psycho? I'm like, yes. You only finished it because it was already involved. That's fair as well. Sometimes there are stories you see, like there's a story I don't like. It's called True Love Operation or something like that. It is I can't remember. But basically it is one of those triangle stories where you don't know the end, and one of the male leads never opens up and always is with the was it the antagonist, who is the stepsister of the main character, who's been sabotaging them, and you never know who she's going to end up with. But honestly, I'm at the point where I'm like, I just want to see if who she ends up with in the manhwa. I know who she ends up with in the novel. I read the spoilers. But at this point, I just want to see who she ends up with, because this is dragging on so long. I'm not rushing the artists and authors. It's just that some stories, the pacing gets so butchered because of how long they drag it on. Yeah. And then that's why I said it's very rare for me to DNF something. And I don't say rare. I looked at my list. I was like, wow, I DNF more than I thought I did. But compared to what I read, by the way, I did stop tracking my manhwa and fanfiction reading, because I realized I was essentially doing homework every day. Now I just record the books I read, and I'm still doing homework almost every day. My reading journal only has room for like 100 something books. I've already filled it. Like I've read a lot in January. Honestly, that would be so funny. I feel like that would be more fun. But I forgot. We really have to play Pokemon today, because I ended up talking about this for an hour. if it wasn't for the algorithm, I would just make a reading channel where I just stream and talk about my books. And by that, I mean I really want to start making videos because I do like making videos. It seems contrary to what actually happens, but I really like making videos. It's just finding them good enough to post. I appreciate that you guys would listen, even if it's just me ranting. Hello, I'm sorry I'm not doing any trades today. I do have a lot to get through in the story. I might open up trades in the future, but I will have that in my title. Either way, welcome in. Cause the whole story to be thrown out. That's the thing. Like, I think it's fun. It does mess up, but in some cases, especially when I don't like any of the male leads, I'm like, can we just get someone else in here? Very, very rare. Very rare. And often, like, it's usually not done well. But sometimes when all the male leads are terrible, it's just, you feel like the girl should have options, you know? Hold on. No, this one. So I'm supposed to take care of Beedrill, Halucha, and Banette. And I said I am going to do eevolutions. Okay. Oops. They don't make the new love interest any better. Yeah, but then like he's less terrible because usually at that point the other options are just so inherently bad. You're like, you know what? I don't know you, but you're probably better than these other guys. Okay, so we got... I'm trying to look at their abilities. Generic male lead B like that. Yes, I'm so sorry. That is the job of generic male lead A to do that. So defense, speed, special attack, special defense. Special attack, defense, attack, special defense. I actually don't know how to like... I know that you can just buy mints to change their stats and things like that, so it's not a big deal. But I still kind of like to use this as an indication of who would and wouldn't be a good fit for different mons. Like, I think... Is it Jolteon that has higher attack than special attack? Or is that Flareon? Hold on. Flareon Legends CA. Hold on, I want to see your stats. Oh, okay, Flareon's the higher attack. Got it, got it. Let's see, Flareon. Jolteon is higher special attack, okay, because there are physical electric moves, that's why I wasn't sure. But Porygon is special attack, fair. A lot of them are probably special attackers. So Flareon's an attacker. There it is. I think there's only one. So this is gonna be Flareon, but you have disarming voice. Hold on. What about Sylveon? Sylveon... Sylveon. Oops. High special attack, but you are more special defense. Oh, okay. So I'll just have... I think you can all... Hello, Julie. Welcome in. It's been a while. For a second, I just saw the hands, and I went from the bottom up. Right now, I'm currently trying to plan out which Eevee is going to get which evolution. I'm trying to figure out who would be Sylveon. I'm pretty sure... Hold on. Where is it? Where'd you go? Oh, there it is. This one is going to be Flareon. So I'm gonna... Oops. hope you're doing well. Welcome back. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to see. Aha. So you don't know this are the fairy attack. A fairy, you do. I think everyone else can learn fairy moves except this one. This is the only Eevee that can't learn a fairy move. That is so funny. I think it's because... Is it your level or is it because of your friendship? Yeah, so this may be the Eevee. The only Eevee. Defense up but speed down. That's terrible. Again, another defense up, speed down. Slow as molasses. I know I can change their stats with the... what is it? The mints. The mints. This one is going to be an attack. Who else is attack-oriented in the evolutions? Let's see. Umbreon. Umbreon is just a defense tank. I see. You do have attack. Oh, maybe you're gonna be Umbreon. Friendship at night without fairy moves. Is that how it said? Friendship at night without fairy move. Friendship in day with... How do you do friendships? Oh wait, is there an item I can give them for friendship? Okay, you're a special attacker. Because if you do friendship at night... How do you do that? Can you go to cafes at night? Okay, good. I have technically paused the time in the game. Leafeon is defense and attack. Hello, welcome in, Aldo. Did I hear about the Pokemon news? Is there more Pokemon news? Is it the new set? If it's a new set, I did see it. Flareon and Leafeon, they are the physical attacks evolution. Oh, Flareon and Leafeon. Okay, yeah, Glaceon I figured was special attack. So this is Flareon. This might be... Trying to think, should you be Glaceon or Flareon? Oh, Universal's getting a Pokemon theme park. I did see that, but that's Japan. That sounds exciting though. I thought they were also making a Pokemon town in a different amusement park though. So this is special attack, defense, and speed. Everyone else has... Why is defense and speed like that? Alright. Kanto, you think? Yeah, it's always Kanto. As someone who likes Kanto, I don't mind. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is... So we're gonna try to get an Umbreon first. I don't know why. But we're gonna try to get an Umbreon first. Wait. Hold on. I forgot. Hi. Do I want alphas? Yes. But we gotta wait. Oh, Kanto, Japan region will get the park you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. So the Kanto area is getting a Pokemon theme park? They both... Yeah. Makes sense. Glaceon is physical, defense, and special attack. I see. Cute! Yep. I'm glad you enjoyed them, honestly. It's been really crazy. It's been fun to play. There's been a lot going on, though. They've been surprisingly exciting. Except for the EV catching. I had to do all that offline. I don't know why. My EV RNG online stream during my online streams is so terrible. I think I don't do that many double battles. And I just like having all the evolutions. A park of... Oh, I see. So one is a park and the other one is getting a theme park. I see. So one is gonna have rides and one isn't. That was my confusion. I don't know. Sure. Classe au lait. Oh, look, we get pie. I didn't even look at what the other dessert was. Sorry, Evie. I hope you liked it, though. Evie still doesn't like me enough. No! Is it gonna take one more cafe visit? I'm literally buying their love. I would like more alpha EVs, but I haven't unlocked that area yet. This Eevee is like... I don't like coffee. I like tea. People kept saying it takes 3 cafe visits to increase friendship. This Eevee... This Eevee is like... I don't agree. It's okay, Eevee. I'll buy you all the drinks you want. Hold on, I spent 4,500 Poke Dollars. You know, milk tea is the answer. Maybe I need to take a picture. Clearly the answer is that I have not been actually spending time with the Eevee, that's why. Ta-da! Yes. Increase friendship by +1 out of the 70 you need to... No. Apparently... sitting in cafes with them is supposed to be... enough. Let me look it up. Hold on. So, if I click on Umbreon... It says... Oof. Okay, I don't care about your recommendation. I always... Wait. Hey, it didn't have the evolution. Soothe Bell, and then going to cafes. How many cafes quickly increase? Now, EXP candy or vitamins? I don't know how to like check. Well, we'll just continue. Maybe. Oh, look, Eevee can evolve. Eevee can evolve. It's time. How many was that? 6 visits. The pictures in the scheme. Yeah, I really love the photo mode. They totally get it. See, this is when a company does recognize the social media does in fact promote the game. And some of the pictures people take are insane. I don't know how they do that. Here we go. 6 cafes it is. Dum 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 dum. We got an Umbreon! Ah! Yay! Okay. I'm gonna swap. Also, bite. I think it's funny if they use disarming voice. Wait, you are an attacker though. Do I know what shiny Umbreon looks like? I do! I love shiny Umbreon. That's why if I ever get a shiny, my first instinct is always Umbreon. But then I also really like shiny Glaceon. Umbreon. Look! Ah! So cute. Okay. Adorable. Okay. One down. Apparently, this was not the right... This was okay. This is an okay nature for my Umbreon. So you got you here. This is going to be Flareon. So let's go to Satchel. Here. Yeah, here it is. Oh my gosh, Eevee's about to evolve. The running along your side is one of my favorite things about this game. It's a Flareon! Ember! Ah! Okay. Okay. Hold on. We gotta change the moves. Oh, you had takedown. Alright, oh. We have to see how Flareon looks running. Oh my gosh, look at how fluffy it is. Oh my gosh, its little tail. Flareon is one of my favorites in terms of like plushie designs. It seems so fluffy and cute, and because it's warm, you know? Ah! Adorable. Adorable. Fire design. Alright there. So... going big. Slow. Is it... Trying to decide who the rest should be. This could be a Glaceon. Special attack. But special attack and special defense is real rough. Docile, serious. Defense and speed. Defense and speed. You're 16. You're 14. Might have this be Glaceon. A German Spitz? Oh, they're so cute. German Spitz surprised me with how cute they are. Not because all dogs aren't cute, but like the size of the German Spitz. Dun, 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 dun. Do not hit B. Ah, we got Glaceon. Cute, 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 cute. Gotta put here, here, Right? Ah, look at that. Ah, it's like bounding along. That's so funny. It's so floppy. Okay. Now, I think I have this one. This one's gonna be my Espeon. We gotta wait till like it's daytime, but this is gonna be Espeon. Now, who do I want as a Sylveon? Sylveon... Sylveon is special defense and special attack. Sure, you can be Sylveon. Special attack or special defense? Either way, it's a loss. This one's... they're both the same level, but their stats are distributed so differently. That one's an attack-oriented, defense-oriented. This one's a special attack-oriented. Maybe I'll have this be my Sylveon. I don't know why, I might instinctively think so. Started a Pokemon Yellow gameplay. It's been very fun. Oh, that's so cool. That's so... Sorry. That's so nice. I hope you're having a blast. I really want to replay some of my old Pokemon games. I just don't know how to set it up. And I do know how to set it up. I would just have to use a webcam to capture the screen. But I'm just worried about like technical issues. Potential. But I really would love to replay some of my old games, especially ones that I haven't finished. Ice stepping aesthetic, I agree. If they had like some of the animals where they had flowers or things where they walked, that would be so cool. EVs and IVs nature, yeah, definitely is. I don't know anything about it. I'm just trying to make my guess. It's totally fine. It's fine. Oh wait, do you have a... You do have a... Okay. So we're gonna go to a bunch of cafes. One of the games I really want to play is Heart Gold Soul Silver because I have a lot of affection for that game, and then I found out I don't think I got past the second gym in that game, which is very crazy. I don't know why I have so many memories of that game. We'll be having milk tea. Here we go. Another $5,400. I hope you're enjoying this. Right? I actually, when I watched Jaden Animation do their replay, I'm like, I don't remember this. I don't remember this either. And that's when I had to go back and look at my game. I appreciate it, but I don't use any emulators for a lot of reasons, including the fact that I just don't want to bring trouble. Every game I play is on a system and I use a capture card. It's just for my own preference. Nothing wrong with emulators, I just choose not to use them. They were so fun. I really miss some of the old Pokemon games and how every time we got them, they were a little bit different, and they were always a little bit different in an interesting way. I do regret not getting Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and Black and White 2. I legit thought they were the same games. And because back then, there was no way for me to look it up or find out that they were the same game or different games. So I missed out. I heard they were a lot of fun. Trying to make me do a faux mal. Well, joke's on you. Oh my god, tea is more expensive than coffee. I spent more than 5,400 gold. We're only drinking coffee. You know what? Maybe my Sylveon really likes coffee. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is basically the same and content is different though. Well, that's interesting. Wells. Okay, so no. I'm a hot chocolate milk tea drinker. And by the way, if anyone's wondering, I put hot chocolate and milk tea together. It's very good. Oh shoot. I did find out that I can only have one a day. And normally that's enough for me. It's very satisfying as a drink. It is, by the way, it's like an individual pack of hot chocolate and an individual pack of milk tea. I don't have proportions for it besides that. But it's been very enjoyable. This is number 5. We make eye contact. Staring contest. Oh, you blinked. I win. Yay! Okay, I actually forgot that I'm supposed to check after each one. I'm pretty sure 3 is enough. Dum 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 dum. It's a Sylveon! Oh, you are adorable. You didn't learn any moves? Wait a second, everyone else learned moves. You know Double Edge? That's crazy. Excuse me? Could you imagine an Eevee using Double Edge? I think that's very funny. Wait, you're a special attacker, aren't you? Hold on. You are a special attacker. It's still very funny to me. Okay, now... Special attack, special attack... Special defense. So we still need Vaporeon, Jolteon, Leafeon. Vaporeon, Jolteon, Leafeon. Vaporeon, Jolteon, Leafeon, I think, are all special attackers. Hold on. The most important one to me. Go back and back and back. Okay, there we go. Vaporeon! Acid armor would have been so cool if it actually did what it did in the anime. Special attack and special defense. Oh. So you need special attack and special defense. Okay, and this is gonna be a Vaporeon. No, I don't think I have. Or maybe I did and I just didn't keep it in my memory. Dun, 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 dun. That is hilarious. It sounds like a lot of property damage, but that was very funny that was the original animation. Let's go! And... look! You are so elegant! I love it! Ah! The Little Mermaid. Okay. Yeah, let's go. You can tell I'm definitely biased. Well, why are you? What are you doing up? Oh my gosh, he's actually okay. All right. There we go. Now we just need Jolteon and Leafeon. Jolteon is special attack and speed. Special attack and speed. Okay, your special attack, special defense. Okay, you can be Jolteon. Oh, I need one Thunderstone. Yeah, I'd use it on Eevee. Dun, 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 dun. Ta-da! We got Jolteon! Change moves. Okay. Oh wait, what was that? What is this? Oh, that's so cool. You have a different move. Okay, we gotta see what it looks like in action. Look! Ah, it's so cute. This one runs more like a normal dog. New spot registered Cafe Wolf? What do you mean this wasn't registered before? Okay. Now we're just missing Leafeon and, you know, Espeon, but... Leafeon... is defense and attack. Sure, you can be Leafeon. I'm surprised I do have every single stone, but with the way that I collect things, I am also not surprised. It would have been really sad if I didn't have one of the stones. So I'm really glad I had that one water stone. Or is it one thunderstone? Let's go! Okay. Look, it's so cute! Insanely adorable. Alright, that's everyone. The only one still missing is going to be Eevee, and we gotta wait for it to be daytime for that. Oh, nope. Shoot, I'm really glad I didn't accidentally release my shiny. So first... Okay. Wait, no, Ta-da! That's gonna be the whole team, and then these are extras. Alright, alright, alright. We're just missing one. Gotta wait for the daytime. So... I don't know. Let's go in the wild zone. I don't think there are any night Pokemon here. Actually, let me check. Which district? 11, 12, and 13. Wild zone. Wait, wild zones. So we have... 11. None are night only. 12, none are night only. Oh, there are night ones in 13. Then we're gonna go to 13. I could just skip to the morning, but then that's no fun. That's no fun. You gotta make the most of the times you are in. And if that includes setting a bunch of Scyther on fire, that's what's gonna happen. Caught it. I could not in fact catch it earlier. Now I'm button mashing, which is making a huge difference. Okay, that did not work. At least I caught one pincer. That is more than I can say than before. Catch it. Yes! It's on me. Hello? Okay, Phantom. Does that mean you need Fairy, but then you have Ghost? Not me. Hey. You are a bad matchup. All right. I know you're part grass. No! No! This is like brutal. I'm also really bad at matchups, so... Finally, status ailments! I swear to God, this is like the third time. I really wish I was joking. Send out Sylvia. On level 16 and like it's a level 48. This is the third time I tried to attack that Treant, and every time the day ends before I'm able to do it. I am not good at battling that thing. Now, how do I leave? How do I leave? What is over there? Oh, it's an Alpha Weeping Bell. Alright, good thing none of my mons need friendship. But now I am going to see. I think it is only 3. 3 cafe visits. Okay. Now this cafe is getting literally all of my business. Wait. Where'd it go? Oh, I'm in a different zone. I forgot. I flew here. Time to find a new cafe. Now that it's daytime. At least I caught a pincer and a phantom. Wait, they're in the wrong box. Oh shoot, they are so in the wrong box. Oh, by the way, I caught Dratini. I forgot to mention that. Also, I think I have an Alpha Dratini. You wanna see it evolve? Hold on. First, I gotta show you the Dratini. I forgot. Look at how cute he is. And he's gigantic. I love it. Let's go. Look. I don't want to evolve it, but I also do. It's so strong, too. Oh no, isn't it cute? I don't want to evolve it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just capture another alpha. I don't know. Okay. We'll just focus. I can't. I love my Dratini too much. Do I want a gigantic Dragonair? I do, but it's so cute. I'll just have to figure out something else out. Time to go look for a cafe. No. I would want an Alpha Dragonair, but I also want an Alpha Dratini, so I might just try to catch another one in my own time. Oh, I don't like this cafe. Actually, let's do this one. I also found out I mixed up my VAs. Kuro Tetsuro and Miyuki Kazuya do not, in fact, have the same VA. I was duped. Coffee. Wait. 250? You are going to be my most cost-effective friendship evolution yet. Oh, I lost. Staring contest lost. Okay. $300. I really went all out for the other EVs. Taking a break? Staring contest. Oh, Eevee blinked. Look, it's a croissant and a... Oh, it's so cute. I really want a croissant. I think I'm hungry. Okay, one, let's see. Is it number 3? Is it... How many do I actually need? I could have sworn it was, like, actually 3. Yes, 350? I've been paying 800. Let's do one photo mode. No, I don't like that. Yep. 3 cups of tea. What if my Eevee's not... If my Eevee's not a tea person? I guess we're just gonna have to buy some coffee. Let's do an ember roast. Croissant. Fido? That sounds so cute. You know, everyone has that one mon where they want a whole box full. For me, it may or may not be Eevee's, but it also may or may not. I was gonna say Dratini, but let me check. Hold on. I think I do have a whole box of Magikarp. Yay! 4! Okay, hold on. Let me show you. I do almost have a whole box of Magikarp. I actually don't know why I caught so many. I think this was at the beginning of the game. I also have a lot of Ekans. Sometimes there are mons that you unexpectedly catch a lot of. Well, apparently for me, it is Magikarp, and it wasn't even intentional. It needs a break. No break. Only evolution. No, that sounds so cute. The Eevee and Fido line. Honestly, that's what I'm also doing. I have like team mons that I am kind of rotating between. And this is kind of like the teams that I will use. The mons I have used on my team. But that is so smart, especially because now you can access your box from anywhere. You can just swap in and out anytime. I do have my evolutions for that purpose. They're just a little low leveled. But that's okay. So now we're gonna evolve. Oh wait. Shoot, I almost messed that up. Hold on. Change moves. Okay, now you can evolve. I almost got 2 Sylveons. Yeah, Espeon! Now, let me tell you something about how I always plan. I always have to have a female Espeon and a male Umbreon. I don't make the rules. That is a fact. Wait, you're so purple! Oh my gosh! The colors on this are much more accurate. That's so cool. Espeon is definitely my favorite. Like, honestly, if I had to pick, even though Vaporeon was my Kanto original evolution favorite, Espeon is my other favorite. You have a life-size Eevee plushie? Ah! You know, that is very true. I feel like if the Pokemon company keeps telling us they're making life-size mons, it is gonna mess with my perception. Especially because in-game the perception looks different than the plushes they make. Yeah, you know what? That's why you gotta pair it with Espeon. You can! Don't let other people dictate how you see it. Just don't look up the name. You cannot. Aw. Who keeps trying to curse us? Alright, I forgot. I was trying to remember what moves can and can't destroy things. I think only fire can destroy that. Not the Fletchinder again. Fairy types are amazing. I would want to do a whole run with only fairy types, but they are notoriously hard to get in the beginning of many games. You've read the lore. It's okay, just wipe it from your memory. It's not canon, it's just head canon. Alright, let's go! Eevee, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Glaceon, Sylveon! Yay! Okay. Hold on, we gotta go in and get revenge. Fight me, I just... Wait, have I caught this? I have. No, 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 you. This is intentional. I just want the items you can give me. I like how it's not doing that much damage. What if I didn't want it? You're fighting me too? And there we go. I think it's only found in Sword and Shield though, right? Like, it's not found in the other... Like, I think Sword and Shield is a really interesting one to do a type-only kind of run. Wow, you evaded that perfectly. Okay, not perfectly. You did take damage. That's okay. I'm just here to get the EXP candy, and then we leave. But yeah, Sword and Shield is fun to do, like, type-only runs. I think you could also potentially do it in Scarlet and Violet. It's just a little rough. But planning those is a lot. Someday I might try it. I honestly can't decide what type I would choose, though. Would it be Fairy, Water, or Psychic? Would I do a type only for Gale of Darkness? No! Gale of Darkness, you must catch them all. Also, that'd be real rough. Especially with the lack of wild battles, it'd be really rough. Alright, I think I'm gonna go try to find Alpha Dratini. If I can catch one more. It is... Blue Sector 8. Oh, there's a couple. Okay. Let's check them out. Blue Sector 8. Oh, this is the one I'm always catching it on. Wow, your favorite Pokemon being the hero of your run is always so great. It sounds straight out of an anime episode. I've never used Fido, but it sounds like it has really interesting abilities. Is it this? Is this how I climb? Hold on. Alright. So... Ah! No, 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 no! Shoot. Perspective. Alright. Now, I'm supposed to get... They can heal and do damage? That sounds very broken for someone who is not good at planning things like I have. Oh, it's you! Hold on. I'm always up here because I'm always trying to catch Dratini. And this one is such a coward. Did you see how it runs away? It always runs away. Let's go. Okay. Trying to figure out how to get over there. Did I enter wrong again? Hold on. Every single time. I'm trying to figure out how to get over there. Aha, aha. I'm gonna ignore you, Scraggly. Hey. Okay, that's a regular Dratini. Hold on. Shoot. Maybe I just have to do this in my own time. Because usually what I do is I camp out here. I lie in wait for it to respawn after 5 minutes, attack it, and then wait until the alpha spawns. That is actually how I do this. And it's always in this spot. Like, I don't know why. This is my Dratini catching spot. This blue sector rooftop is where I always wait. I wait, and I wait. And you have to actually let 5 minutes pass. And then I actually have seen a Dragonair here as well. But I think it's time. I will catch another Alpha Dratini. I am very attached to this one, but I also want a Dragonair. That one I could not prove to you guys. That one I couldn't prove. This one I could prove, but at the same time, do you guys really want to watch me wait 5 minutes for the Dratini to spawn? Ah! Look at them! They're beautiful! I don't need a Dragonite. My Dragonair is the only one. Honestly, I really want to try like a Dragonmon run. Oh, look! They're looking at each other! That's so cute! Talk about the weather while we wait? Nah, I've talked enough today. I still want to rant. So we got Poison Jab and Heat Wave. Oh, I want Surf. That sounds fun. Okay, Bucks. Do I want a Fido if I could trade? I would, but not today. I might open trades in the future, and I would appreciate a Fido if you would like to trade. If there's anything that you would like that I could offer, Unfortunately, there are some mons I will not trade, like my shiny... Hold on, let me show you this one. Yeah... Wait. You can't see it. This is my shiny baby white dragon. Because it has blue eyes. It's so cute. It also has like a little purple pants. Ah! And then this is Candy. She is the standard Marif you get as a shiny. But I would be open to trading other things. But in the future. Right now, definitely focused on getting through the story. Hold on. Do I already have... I do. Why do I only have Alpha Panseers? I have seen Alpha Pansages and Panpors. How come I can't catch them? Wow, I can't believe you're level 49. Why is it always Gardevoir who is lagging? Hold on. Okay. That's it? Okay. Oh, which one became a plus move? Wow, all of them are plus moves. That's crazy, Lily. Pokemon level at different rates? Yeah, I know. It's just like one of those things where why is Lily always the slowest? I have Sun, Moon... Oh, the only one I don't have is the Thunderstone. Interesting. Oh, I do have a Soothe Bell. I didn't know. Oh, wait. I'm not giving her that normal gem. Oh, that's right. We got the update for Mega Shards. Now I have more Mega Shards. Wonder if we can wait a couple more minutes just to see if we'll potentially see it spawn. You know, yeah, you can do pretty much anything, put it on shorts and people will watch it. Doesn't mean you should do it. I saw someone freeze and then shred frozen chicken. It was very insane. I could not believe it. And I also didn't watch it. I watched a video of someone watching that video and also trying to recreate it, which was also crazy to me. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Part of the reason why I don't vertical stream is because I really like the cozy vibe we have right now, and I have heard that if you start adding vertical streaming, you will get a different kind of viewer. And if you want that, that is totally fine, nothing wrong with it. But I don't think that I could handle that much. And by that, I mean do that level. Well, I don't know how to explain this. It's a lot of kids. It's a lot of kids. Yeah, I have a problem. I have a problem. Last night, I did a great job. I read a book, was prepared to go to sleep, and then I watched 100 shorts. The fact that I can see how many I watched really puts it into perspective. Like, I don't like scrolling before bed. I think I'm gonna have to turn off my phone before I go to sleep, because I was fully prepared to fall asleep, and somehow I just kept scrolling. It is honestly concerning. Yeah, there's a lot of slop. A lot of me scrolling was to get rid of the slop, but still. Okay, there should be one Dratini spawn before the day is over. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna try. I've been reading a lot this month. It's actually been pretty nice. Like, I always read quite a bit, but it's nice to, like, write it down in my journal and actually see it, because I do sometimes hold myself back, just only because I'm like, oh. How do I explain this? Knowing I'm gonna write the story down, I'm like, if I read this, I want to be able to give it a fair chance. Or sometimes, like for example, the other day I binged all 11 volumes, 10 volumes, not 11, 10 volumes of Tamon's B-side. Amazing, by the way. The anime, so much fun. I have not enjoyed an anime so much in such a long time. Tamon's B-side is so good. What a stellar anime adaptation. What a stellar anime. It did such a good job. They did change some things compared to the manga, but it's so good. I see why people have sold out, so like why they have to reprint, and I'm so disappointed in Viz for not pushing it more. Yeah, I saw that, but I am not holding my breath, especially considering how they've implemented other things and that they really like shorts. I don't know if you guys noticed, I only have a couple shorts on this channel. They are really old, and YouTube keeps pushing them. Oh, there it is. It is a normal Dratini. This time I could prove it to you. I proved that the Dratini is here. Oh shoot, I couldn't catch it. No! Well, that's how you catch the Dratini. You literally just continuously let it spawn. It takes about, I think, 5 minutes. So if you have that kind of patience, you can definitely find an alpha, because I've seen alpha Dratinis there. It's not where I caught mine, but I've seen alpha Dratinis there. The one I caught is actually in a different area. We might go check it out, because it is a nighttime Dratini, which is perfect for where we're gonna go. They're like, use a quick ball. Where is it? By the water on that rooftop. By the water. It's over here. And by the way, Dratini, as soon as they see you, they will skedaddle, so you're better off immediately attacking it and knocking it out in one go, or apparently using a quick ball back strike. Almost nighttime. Oh, that was a Patrat. I thought it was an Eevee. I was like, oh my gosh, an Eevee. Nope, just a Patrat. I swear I've gotten this one already, but we'll never say no to a Pearl. Okay, so it is in fact this one. How do I get up here? Nope, it is over here. Yes, I know night is falling over the city. That's exact. Oh, there it is. Can we ask suction cup up the wall? Oh, it's like there was when you say you want to ask about the Digimon stream, is it like why I didn't stream, or is there something else? Because I don't mind answering. It is nighttime. Yeah, I did get sick. It was just me not feeling well. I wasn't full-blown sick, but it was definitely... I was not able to stream at all. I was feeling not great, and I also was very overwhelmed by a lot of sounds. So I was in a state where I was like, you know what, I think I just gotta cancel. I really tried to like power through, but at the end I was like, I think it will not be enjoyable. I don't want to talk about the DLC. No, sorry. Not that I don't want to talk about the DLC, But I am not at this point considering the DLC, primarily because I have not finished the main game. If I finish the main game and I want more content, I will look into the DLC, but it is pricey. It is like $16, I think, per DLC. How in the world did I get up there? But at this point, I will say I don't have plans for it. It does look interesting, but... No! No, I just wasn't feeling well. I think that's what made me feel overwhelmed. Like, a lot of noises really bothered me. Even, like, just turning on my computer really made me feel unwell. And it wasn't because of anything. I think it was just I was on the verge of getting sick, and that was my body's way of telling me, go sleep, stop looking at stuff, stop trying to do stuff, go to sleep, and I wasn't listening. So I basically made the message, went to, not sleep, but like, I had to just lie down. Lie down and do nothing. I didn't even read, which was crazy to me. Rain is one of my favorites, although I don't like rain in this game. I have learned that rain in this game causes my Switch to have a very difficult time. How do I get up there? Hold on. Magenta Sector 8. There is a bridge. It says there's a bridge. I did not see it. Oh, it's over here? Hold on. Okay, let's try this. Let me try to go here. Considering I don't want to get a Switch 2, I think that is a very not good idea. Honestly, cold weather is like the best time. No, I was so close. I don't know how to climb this, hold on. And by this I mean this building. Being able to like have a handheld and play your games when with like a hot drink, looking at the weather outside, real cozy. How in the world am I supposed to get up there? We are burning nighttime. Oh shoot, I gotta finish up a little. Is it over here? There has to be a way. I just don't know what that is, and if I find out, it's... usually a long time after the fact. Hello! Welcome! Good afternoon to you as well. I was so close! Shoot. Well, this is gonna have to be a problem I encounter again. I don't know how I'm gonna get another Dratini. I might just do my lie in wait thing. We'll try one more time. I believe I'll make it. Ah, no! Okay. Sometimes believing is not enough. Alright, that's gonna be it for me today. I'm sorry we didn't get a lot done, but we did, in fact, get every single evolution, and I think that is an accomplishment in and of itself. Gosh. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Apologies for the short stream. I did end up yapping for like an hour just about books. But I promise next time on Pokemon Legends ZA, we will in fact tackle the Rogue Mega Evolutions. And we will also move along in the story. I think I'm halfway through the story now. So still many more episodes to come. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, or evening wherever you are. Remember to drink water, prepare, stay warm, and take care of yourselves. I'm gonna go eat lunch. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, whether you were chatting, watching, or chatting, lurking, or watching the VOD. And as always, I hope I see you guys in the next stream. It will be Wednesday. We will be in Mystria. And I think there isn't too much going on, but I will probably try to get more animals. So I hope I see you guys there. Once again, thank you so much for watching. And I hope I see you in the next stream. Until next time.